Gobble, gobble. Gobble, gobble. Hey, everybody. It's another SoTellUs Time. Can anybody guess why I'm gobbling over here? Gobble, gobble. It is the week of Thanksgiving. That's exciting. Short week, which is always fun, you know?
Yep.
As entrepreneurs, we always are looking forward to that time off to spend with our families and goof around. So hopefully in the first, 3 days of the week, you guys can get a lot done. You've only got today's Tuesday morning. You've only got tomorrow, and then boom, it's Thanksgiving. And probably most people are taking Friday off.
Yeah.
The day after Thanksgiving, I assume. So short week, super fun, but let's stay motivated. Let's get stuff done. And we've got an awesome episode for you today. Let me ask you, are you listening? Of course you're listening. Duh, Trevor. I'm literally listening to you right now. Ramble on about nonsense. Today's episode's called, Are You Listening? So I can't tell you how many times I have heard a business owner tell me that they wished they could read their customers' minds. Wouldn't that be awesome? That's funny. That actually reminds me of this morning, my wife and I were talking about superpowers and what superpower we would pick. She was like, I would definitely be the Flash. I told her. That makes sense. It makes total sense. If you know my wife, she is just like pew, 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 all over the place, getting stuff done. We've got 5
She could
kids.
Clean the whole house in 5 seconds.
5 seconds.
That's what she was thinking right there. That's exactly what she was thinking. I can clean my house in 5 seconds.
Totally. Every Monday, we have cleaners come in, and she cleans before the cleaners come. It drives me nuts. I'm like, this doesn't even make any sense. But yeah, it was funny because I was driving to work, and I called her and said, hey, how you doing? And what's going on? And she's like, oh, I got this done and this done and this done and this done. And I'm like, oh my gosh. In the time that we both left the gym and I took a shower and got dressed and in my truck, she had accomplished 7 different things that were crazy.
Wow.
And I was like, wow, you're awesome. And I'm like the tortoise for sure. She's the hare, I'm the tortoise.
But did she shower?
I don't know. That's a good question. Hopefully she's not that stinky lady walking around in her workout clothes all day. Ugh, I make fun of those people. I see them at the gym in the morning and then I see them at 5 o'clock in the afternoon. They're still in their dirty clothes. I'm like,
yeah.
Yuck.
No.
So anyways, her superpower was the Flash. And mine was, of course, the power of suggestion. And she's like, I think you already have that. And I said, no, I wish I could just really hone in on focus, these shows where it's I focus in and I'm like, Jeff Bezos, you want to give me this mansion, one of your 27. And he's just like, I want to sign over the deed to this mansion to you, Trevor. And it's like, yes, you do.
I mean, who needs to be super fast to clean your house when you can just say to your kids, clean the house.
You want to clean the house. It would totally work. She's like, no, you do have, she's like, you just tell people things 2 or 3 times and they do it. And I was like, yeah, but I have to do it 2 or 3 times. And I still have yet to meet a bank manager that I'm like, you want to open the vault. I haven't met one yet. I've tried it a couple times. It just hasn't worked. So all the time, business owners are like, I wish I could read my customers' minds because they don't want to guess. They're always guessing. We are always guessing what it is that our customers want, what we could be doing better, how we could help them more, right? And by doing that, if we could figure that out, we would get even more customers. We'd keep customers longer. It would just help our businesses all around. Now, we have you if you've been a long-time listener, you may think, well, wait a minute, you guys have kind of already talked about this, and we kind of have, but this is from a totally different perspective, and this is awesome. So I'm going to let Troy jump in and just take this over. What are we doing with this one that's different on how to figure out what it is these guys' customers want?
Yeah, so it's really simple. You don't have to be psychic to find out what they want. You just have to ask them. So in the past, we talked about surveys and getting customer feedback that way, but we're going to be talking about something totally different today. So, you need to, in order to understand what your customers really want, you have to ask them. So we're going to talk about how to ask them.
Yeah, because I want to throw something in here, and I don't know if it's in the format for today, because I always jump ahead and I screw Troy over.
It's good to know that Trevor never actually reads the agenda.
No, why would I do that? I just wing it, baby. I know what I'm doing. I just wing it. I've been doing this a long time. It just screws Troy over all the time. So. But we're brothers. That's what we're supposed to do, right?
Yep, yeah. Exactly.
So, well, now you're goofing off, and I totally forgot what I was going to say. Oh, I remembered. Okay, so this is a fun one. Hey, remember, we've only got another day of work, so my mind's already on, smoking the turkey, getting stuff. I got a new smoker, by the way. I'll post some pictures. Instagram, follow us. Facebook, follow us. So a survey is like a blanket system.
Yes.
You're surveying all of your customers. And the difference in what we're talking about today is that this is going to be a way for you to talk to your best customer, your very best customers. Because guess what? I don't want to know what my crappy, unloyal customers want. Because everybody has that, right? You've got your core customer that loves you, they utilize the system to the max, and they tell everybody about you, they refer you to everybody, they're your super fans, right? Then you have your people who kind of use it, and they get maybe 80% of it, and then it just goes down from there.
Yeah.
Honestly, I'm saying I don't care what that little last 1% that don't use it. They kind of poo-poo on it because they don't use it. They never implement it. They don't do their success coaches. Those kind of customers, we don't really care what they think, because they're never going to be that awesome customer. And so it's funny, a lot of times the poo-pooers are the ones that you're going to get the most vocal.
Yep.
So that's why this is so exciting and so different. So if you listen to our survey one, stick in here. This is a good one, because again, this is going to be all about getting it from the people that really matter.
Yeah. And it's going to help you take those ones in the middle.
Yep.
And turn them into super fans.
Yeah, because
right?
you want the information from the ideal customer is what I'm saying.
Exactly.
Okay.
So I'm going to share a story with you guys about Johnson & Johnson. So Johnson & Johnson makes tons of, they do pharmaceutical and all that stuff. But they also do tons of cleaning products.
Yeah.
And so they decided to, reach out to some of their top customers, to ask them questions, to try and figure out what they liked about the products, what they didn't like about the products, all this kind of stuff. So they were doing their research, and they got this recurring theme of they were actually talking to janitors about mops, and then consumers about mops as well. And the feedback they kept getting was, well, yeah, I really like your mop, but the problem is, if someone just spills a glass of liquid, a drink or whatever on the floor, it makes a little mess. It's not huge, but I got to fill up the bucket. I got to put the soap in. I got to get the mop out. I got to mop it. And at this point, I might as well just mop the whole floor, because I've done all the work to get ready to mop the whole floor. There's no quick solution for that small spill.
Right.
I'm basically doing all the work because, I've already done all the prep work for it.
Yeah. Basically, it sucks to do a small spill.
Yeah.
Because I might as well mop my whole freaking floor.
Yeah. You're doing the same amount of work to get ready for it. Right. So they put their minds to it, and they came up with a product that's a $1 billion product, which is Swiffer. Right? Think about Swiffer. What is Swiffer for?
Awesome.
Swiffer is not for doing your entire floor. It's something got spilled. You bring it out. You swiff it real quick.
Yep.
You pull the thing off. You throw it away. Boom, you're done.
Yep.
Right? So they created this product based on the feedback they got from their customers, and it created this $1 billion industry for the Swiffer. Right? And it was all because they listened. So that's what we want you to do with your customers.
Yeah, and think about it. From there, they even were able to improve the Swiffer and make different variations. Again, if you're paying attention to what Swiffer's done and the different types of Swiffer, if you want to see this, go Google it and look at it, because you can see where they've got their Swiffer wet wipes that is for a larger area, because it's just quick to just swap out the Swiffer wet wipe. But then they've also got your Spot Swiffer that's got it's the same thing, but it's got a little bottle that you just twist in and you keep it in there, and that's the one that you walk over. Oh, the baby spilt something. You walk over, grab that one, squirt. You push the button, squirt, squirt, wipe, put it away.
Yep.
But see, my wife, she does our freaking huge. We have 3,700 square feet of wood tile, and she uses the Swiffer wet wipes to Swiffer all over, you know?
Exactly. Okay, so let's talk about how you can do this in your business to be more successful. So we'll start out on an individual level, right? I want you to think about, you've got a new client, you're about to provide them your service. So what I want you to do is I want you to ask them what they actually want before you provide the service. So let's take, for example, a carpet cleaner. That would be a good one. Window washer, anything like that. A house cleaner, someone who does residential cleaning. You literally say to them this: look, we are a 5-star company, and I want to make sure that you have a 5-star experience today. What can I do today to make sure that happens? Now you might be going, oh, I know what to do. They want their carpets cleaned. But that may not be what they really want. They want their carpets cleaned, but there might be a specific stain that's been bothering them, right? So you're cleaning the carpets and you do a pretty good job, across the board, but you don't really focus on that one area that matters most to them. If you ask them this question, they'll say to you, oh yeah, there's this spot over here where someone spilled something and I hate that. I wish that you could just get rid of that. Now you know, okay, I need to focus more time right here to make them happy, right?
Well, we obviously talked to our clients about doing this and talking to their clients about this and utilizing this verbiage, right? I've had carpet cleaners come back and say, when I did that, when I communicated with them, or when I got my guys to communicate with the customer, they actually brought up something that we didn't even know, and we were able to sell them more services. Like, we went in there because we were hired to clean their carpets, and when they said, hey, we're a 5-star company, we want to make sure you have a 5-star experience today, what is it that we can do best for you today? They actually had someone say, I'm thinking of one experience in particular, they had somebody say, well, yeah, I really need to get my carpets cleaned, and you know what, do you guys clean tile and grout? And they were like, we do. And actually the tile and grout was a very big money maker for them. Yeah. And so they were able to say, well, yeah, we do. And here's the pricing and everything. And the lady was like, that's awesome. Okay, great. I want you to do the downstairs, the upstairs, the bathrooms, and everything like that. They tripled or quadrupled the job. And it was all because they talked to the customer prior to starting and said literally exactly this, because we had said to them, say this to your customers and you'll get a great response. And they came back and were like, dude, we just made 10 times the money on that job because of this. But if they would have just gone in there and been like, hey, hi, and so we're going to get here and we're going to get started cleaning your carpets and everything. And the person would have said, okay, yeah, great, And they would have gone off and shopping or watching TV or doing whatever. They would have cleaned the carpets and they would have bounced.
Yep, exactly. All right, so finding out, making sure you understand what matters most to them right there before you do the job so that you can make sure that happens will guarantee that they're going to be more happy with the service you provide.
Yes.
Okay, now on a customer base level, let's take it on a little bigger scale, right? When you're trying to make decisions about your customer base, about the services you provide, every customer, not just an individual customer, you need to start by interviewing your best customers.
Yes.
And you need to ask them these questions. What do they like about your service? What part of your service is most important to them?
Yep.
Because a lot of times we make assumptions of, well, it's this part. Or it's the chemicals that I use when I clean the carpet, or it's, the window cleaning solution that I use, but that may not matter to them at all, right? What do they wish that you would do better?
It's a good one. That's
and a lot of times we're afraid to ask that question,
which is silly,
because we don't want them to be put a negative thought.
Analyzing our company in a negative way.
Yeah, exactly. We want them to just be like, no, we love you. Well, that's not going to help you get better if they just love you, right? Yeah. You're looking at how you can improve.
To your face, they might be like, we love you. And then behind the scenes, they're kind of like, I wish they did this.
Yep, exactly. And then what do they wish that you did that you don't currently do in your business? So I want you to think about those last two. What can you improve on that you're already doing? And what additional services, could you provide them? Or maybe a change in the way you provide the current services, right? In order to that you're not doing right now. And a perfect example of that is, I think back, Trevor, to the pest control company. How that pest control company that you love, that has done such a great job versus the previous one.
Yes.
You know, one of the things that they do that the other people didn't do was they took the pictures of every place that they sprayed, so that you knew 100% without a doubt they sprayed down.
Yep.
Right? So that's not a new service.
Nope.
That's just one little thing that they did different during the service they were providing.
And let me add to this too, something that they do, because I've been using them longer now and I've noticed this, which was awesome. And I was like, wow, after every service, you get the email that has the pictures of what they've done that day. It lets you know that, the service has been provided, if you have any questions or need any help, And then it has this little link that you can click, like a button, and it says, tell us if there's anything else we could do better. And you click on it and it pops up, and you can right there type in what it is that you wish they did or wanted them to do this time that they didn't do or whatever. And it's great feedback. And they're sending that to me every single service.
Oh, that's awesome.
So I might be happy for a year. And this is so important because, again, you might have customers for years that then all of a sudden cancel and go away. This is a very awesome preventative solution doing something else. So pay attention to what I just said and see if you can incorporate this. This wasn't in the thing today, right?
Yeah.
But this is a good thing. In a year, I might say, oh man, I really wish they did this, or they missed this time, or I'm just not happy about that. And I get that thing from them. I know it's there. I click on it. I give them the suggestion. They are going to get back to me and answer it. Obviously, I assume they are, because I've never had to use it because they've been so awesome. But with how awesome they are, I know they're going to get back to me. And they're going to address the issue. And I'm going to stick around and continue to be a customer for years to come.
Right.
Right.
Because if you don't give them that feedback and they keep doing that one thing wrong,
correct,
it's not going to be very long before you cancel the service.
That's exactly right.
Right. Okay. So the next thing is, and this one isn't for every business.
This is
true. Not every business can do this, but I want you to see if you can do it in your business. And that is observe your customers actually utilizing your product or service.
Yeah.
So,
So if you have a software, for instance, you can 100% do this.
Absolutely. Yeah. If you have a software, you could literally, I was actually, there was another company and we were talking with them, and it's one of the things they did is they would actually have their employees go to the office of one of their customers and watch them utilize their software. Like just sit there and watch them do it. Right. So if you're like, for software, very easy to do. If you have a product, something that you sell, it may be a little bit harder, but you can, do that. You could, go out, like if you have a product like a leaf blower, actually go out and watch people use the leaf blower, or set up a demo place where you have customers come in and play around, use the product and then tell you what they think of the product.
Or get video reviews with it. I mean, think about like YouTube or like SoTellUs, which is so awesome about getting video reviews. The type of videos that people will do, especially with like a product, is they'll do a video and they'll say, oh my gosh, I just love this stain remover. Oh, I love this leaf blower. Yep. And they actually set up and, shoot this little video talking about it. And a lot of times they'll display how they use it naturally in the video.
Yeah.
So,
and they'll even tell you what they don't like.
Yeah.
About it, right?
Yeah.
So if you can observe your customers, another great thing to do is to watch for, do they have to use a workaround to make it do what they actually want it to do?
Yeah.
Because
that's important.
As business owners, we're like, this is what it does, and this is why everyone should do it this way. But if your customers don't really want to do it that way, and they're using a workaround to get what they really want, then it's time to think about, maybe I need to make a change. Yep. And then, like I said, watch them use the product or the service for a period of time. Don't not just real quick, actually see how they use it over a period of time.
Well, and one thing that I think you said when we were just chatting earlier, before the podcast, you were talking about employees actually using, the company actually using the product. I can't tell you how many times I see companies that don't use their services or their systems or their products for themselves, which just blows my mind. It's so weird. But you can set it up and have all of your employees. We started recently doing this in a different manner in our company. We have everybody, doesn't matter what position you are, looking at our product, utilizing the product, pick it up, play with it, use it, send invites, get reviews, do a video, act like you're a client and getting referrals, do a special offer, use the chat feature.
Yep.
And then we have all of them, our highest paid people and our lowest paid people and everybody in between. We have all of them come back with their feedback of what would you change? What would be better if it was different? What did you love about it? What did you hate about it? You know, and that way you're getting different people's opinions and from all different walks of life.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I'll give you another example of that too. My son works for a pest control company, does customer service on the phone.
Yep.
And his company gives, so if he wants to have pest control done at his house as an employee of the company, it's drastically cheaper. It's almost cost, right? But the reason why they do that is because then the employees get to see what the service is like.
Cool.
You know, and if there's an issue, the employee can bring it up and be like, hey, you know, this is not good, or this tech didn't do a good job, you know. So that's another thing too. Like you said, having your employees use your product, you using your product.
Absolutely.
You know, like if you own a pest control company, you should have one of your employees coming by your house and spraying your house to see how well they do.
Totally. And don't tell them it's your house. We've said this before.
Yeah.
I remember saying this exact same thing.
Exactly. All right. So next thing, how can you do this? What are ways to accomplish this? So number one, phone interviews. Set up interview phone calls with your customers where you're dedicating time to just go through these questions, ask them, get their feedback, and find out, you know, what it is they love and what it is that you need to do to improve.
And I would add to that now with the way that 2020 turned us all into Zoom people, right?
Yes.
You can use like Zoom or FaceTime or Skype.
Yep.
Use some sort of video communication where you guys are looking at each other, talking, communicating.
Yeah.
And do that. That's
Absolutely.
Everybody's used to it now.
Then another one, if you are local with your customers, why not set up a lunch date? Take them out to lunch.
Totally.
You know, you're going to have 45 minutes to an hour of their time because you're buying them lunch, and you can just get all the questions and get all the information you can out of them, you know, for under $20.
And again, I would say this is for your super fans.
Yes.
That's who you care about. And when I say that's who you care about, I care about all my customers, but the point being is I have my avatar. I have my perfect ideal customer, and I want more of them.
Yes.
So why am I going to talk to anybody else? I want to talk to those guys.
Now, the only caveat I would give to that is you do want to mix in some of the ones that maybe aren't the super fans.
Sure, 100%.
That maximize, you know, what they're using your product for. You want to get some of the ones in the middle too, because you need to find out why are they not a super fan yet.
Correct.
You know,
and then when I'm talking about the poo-pooers, right, that are at the bottom level, in my opinion, you kick them to the curb. You get rid of them. That's why that's one of the reasons we don't have contracts. A, we're very confident in our products and services. But B, if you're not the right fit for me, I mean, it's funny because people think that they cancel services or fire, you know, services and everything like that. They get rid of. No, well, guess what? In our company, we'll get rid of you too.
Yeah.
We get rid of toxic customers, and that's not a bad thing. I want all my business owners to understand that, because you're going to run around in circles trying to make those type of people happy, and it's never going to work, and you're just going to spin your wheels, waste time, waste money, and you could have been developing your business and getting those ideal customers. So,
exactly.
tip of the
Great
day.
point. All right. So another thing is, like we talked about, if you can shadow them a little bit, you know, go and watch them actually use your product. That's a great way to do it. And then, of course, surveys is another option, but that would be the lowest one.
Correct.
You know, would be surveys, because again, you're not going to be able to get as much feedback, and you're not going to be able to dive deep into what they really like and don't like.
Yeah. So this isn't like a question. This isn't like you getting a survey. The thing about surveys is they're great, and trust me. I mean, we do them too. We do.
Absolutely.
The thing about a survey is a lot of times we're creating the narrative of that survey, you know, multiple choice, all these things. So we're walking them the way we want to. This is more raw. Give me the ins, the outs, the goods, the bads, and from the ones that you really want it from. You know,
Yep,
that kind
exactly.
of thing. So.
All right. Anything else, Trevor,
Nope.
before we get to the homework?
That's
Okay.
good. That's good. Hey, people got to get off to smoking their turkeys. Yeah, they want them to be juicy and not dry and gross. So we're going to end it for today. Homework for today, or homework for, I'm going to say next week, because everybody's minds after tomorrow are going to be all about party. So next week, we'll take 5 customers, 5 of your ideal customers, and maybe a couple of the ones that are like still love you, but just maybe aren't at that super fan level. Or when I say super fan, I mean maybe they're just not utilizing all of the services or products or whatever it is that you offer. They're only utilizing some of it or whatever. Take those and do one of these things: phone interviews, Zoom call, take them to lunch, see if you can come to their company or see if you can come to their house or whatever it is, and see how they're enjoying it. Maybe if you're like a pest control, maybe as the owner, you show up to one of your awesome customers' houses.
Yeah.
You know, maybe one of these big mansions that you spray and get paid a lot of money for, and you knock on the door and introduce yourself and say, hey, I'm the owner of the company and I'm going to personally service your property today. And I'd love to get your feedback. If you have like 5 minutes, I'd love you to show you the process that we do, and then find out from you, just get feedback. Like, is there anything that you feel like I'm missing? Is there anything I could improve? Or do you just love it 100%? I think that's a phenomenal way to do it. All right, guys. Well, thank you so much. We love you. We appreciate you. We love being here with you every single week. That's why we do it over and over and over again. Just so you know, as always, we're on YouTube. We're on Instagram. We're on Facebook. We're on Spotify. We're on, what was the other big ones that we got on recently? We're on Overcast.
Apple Music. Audible.
Oh, yeah, Audible. Love that. In fact, I just got an email from Spotify letting me know that they're allowing certain people to do video podcasts, which we already do our YouTube show. They saw that we have a YouTube show. They saw that we do it on Instagram and everything. And so they reached out, and we're going to probably be able to get into their early adoption of this new program. So we're going to have our videos on Spotify. So wherever you like to be, we are probably there. And if you are on something like Instagram but not following us, please go look for SoTellUs or SoTellUs Time. Usually you can find us either way on any platform. We love you guys. We'll talk to you guys on the next episode of SoTellUs Time.